Madam Chair and members of the Revenue and Taxation Committee, I am Tom Sheehy, and I'm here today on behalf of my client, Coronal Energy, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to testify this afternoon. We especially want to thank the author for her leadership in this area of tax fairness and economic development. A net operating loss, or as we say, NOL, occurs when a business's expenses exceeds its taxable income in a given period and can then be carried forward to offset future taxable income in order to reduce future tax liability. NOLs help smooth out the income and taxes paid over a business cycle, and this allows businesses to make efficient decisions regarding financing and their investments. This tax policy is particularly important when it comes to business investments and economic development. A company may be more willing to make investments in machinery and in people, knowing that they're going to lose money on the front end, with the understanding that they can carry those losses forward and on the back end recoup some of that capital that they use in those investments. Companies that operate here in California and elsewhere, they absolutely need to know what the tax rules are going to be when they're making those types of multi-year investment decisions, when they're trying to grow their company and grow the economy here in California. When there's uncertainty over state tax policy, over how taxes will be calculated and levied, this deters discretionary investments in our state. That hurts California, that costs us jobs, and it costs us future tax revenue. The decision by the legislature and the governor to suspend the NOL for 3 years because of the COVID-19 emergency absolutely made sense at the time. However, as it has turned out, we now know that these suspensions were entirely unnecessary. In fact, over the last 2 fiscal years, according to the nonpartisan legislative analysts and to the Department of Finance, there have been general fund surpluses exceeding $100 billion. And there are record surpluses that are expected again this year. Right now, I think the estimate is $45 billion and counting. My client, like many other California companies, was perfectly willing to provide a general fund zero-interest loan for 3 years, under the belief that the state needed the funds, and with the expectation that at some point they could actually recoup these tax benefits in the future. But we know now that the NOL suspension was not necessary for companies like my client and for others here in California. And for some people, they will never be able to recoup the investments that they made as a result of these NOL suspensions. SB 113, enacted earlier this year, removes the NOL suspension for the 2022 tax year. But we need Assemblywoman Rubio's bill in order to address the 2020 and 2021 tax years. We believe that all California taxpayers who made zero-interest loans to the State General Fund as a result of AB 85, the trailer bill that set this up, we believe that they deserve to be made whole now that California has experienced unprecedented general fund surpluses over the last 2 years, making the original need for the suspension pointless. For all of these reasons, we support AB 2065. We thank the author for her leadership, and we would respectfully ask for your aye vote when this does come up for vote in committee later this month. Thank you, Madam Chair.